So I want to find the measure of this angle here. Now what I can do is I can use the fact that any quadrilateral, all of its angles will add up to 360 degrees. Now if you don't know that, you can always use the following formula. S is equal to 180 degrees times n minus 2, where n represents the number of sides. So it's equal to 180, where s represents the sum. 4 minus 2, so 180 times 2, so s is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, so I know that if I add the measure of angle S plus the measure of angle T plus the measure of angle V plus the measure of angle U, I should get 360 degrees. So let's just substitute these values in. So 98 degrees plus 65 degrees plus 82 degrees plus the measure of angle U equals 360. So if I add all those up, I should get 245 degrees plus the measure of angle U equals 360 degrees. Then if I subtract 245 from both sides, I get that the measure of angle U must equal 115 degrees. Here I have a quadrilateral, and I'm trying to find the measure of this angle here. So what I'm going to need to do is use the fact that the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral add to 360 degrees. So the measure of angle W plus the measure of angle V plus the measure of angle U plus the measure of angle X should all add up to 360 degrees. Now if you don't know that fact, you can always use the formula S is equal to 180 times n minus 2, where S is the sum and n is the number of sides. Okay, that'll tell you the sum of all the angles for any type of polygon. Okay, so let's just substitute in the values that we know. So the measure of angle W is 90 degrees. V is represented by the expression 11x plus 1. Now I'm just putting this in parentheses so I can kind of block it off. And 12x plus 10 is the measure of angle U, and the measure of angle X is 75, equals 360 degrees. Okay, so let's combine our like terms. So 90 plus 1 plus 10 plus 75 should equal 176, and 11x plus 12x should equal 23x, plus 176 equals 360 degrees. If I subtract 176 from both sides, I'll get 23x is equal to 184. And then if I divide both sides by 23, I'll get x is equal to 8. Well, we would be done if we were asked to solve for x, but we weren't. We were asked to find the measure of angle V. So I know that the measure of angle V is equal to 11x plus 1. So what I need to do is substitute this value in for x. So 11 times 8 plus 1. So that's 88 plus 1, or 89 degrees. So the measure of angle V is equal to 89 degrees. Here I want to find the value for x. So what I'm going to do is use the fact that I know that the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral add to 360 degrees. So if you do not know that, you can use the formula S is equal to 180 degrees times n minus 2, where S is equal to the sum of all the angles and n is represented to the number of angles, or the number of sides. And this tells you the sum of all the angles of any polygon. Okay, so I'm going to do, let me write the expression first. So the measure of angle M plus the measure of angle J plus the measure of angle K plus the measure of angle L equals 360 degrees. Okay. So now all I need to do is substitute in these values. So measure of angle M is 31x, J is 92 degrees, K is 85 degrees, and L is 90 degrees. 360 Okay, so if I were to add all these values up, I should get 267. So 31x plus 267 is equal to 360. Okay, so if I subtract 267 from both sides, I'll get 31x is equal to 93. And then if I divide both sides by 31, I'm going to get x is equal to 3.